what we can do is we can ask Ryan to show his birth certificate, because I think Devin probably has more Mexican in him than Ryan. You see what I'm saying? Ryan is not representing the Mexican community that I know. The never back down, straightforward, SO, get him, you know what I mean? We come out of Tijuana fighting, so we know the spirit and the energy. We grew up right here in the Bay Area, and I have friends that are Hispanic that I grew up with, you know what I'm saying, that live right next door to me, and they wasn't no punks. They stood on what they, and represented this shit. So I have a deep respect and a great respect for the Hispanic community, Mexicans in general. And Ryan Garcia, I don't even know what that was. I don't even know what it was. Was he speaking Spanish, English? I don't even fucking know. You know what I'm saying? But we need to see his birth certificate. What we have to do is definitely give a shout out to Ryan Garcia over the weekend for the Canelo fight. He did a wonderful job cheerleading. Anytime you have a big event of that magnitude, and shout out to Eddie and Canelo, who both put on a spectacular event. It was a lot of fireworks. And like I said, it was a lot of cheerleading going on. The number one cheerleader being in, and Queen Ryan Garcia. He is the mandatory, fought for the mandatory position. And, and all the rest of these guys and fights that are being suggested are just suggestions, and they're plan Bs to the actual plan A. When Devin and I made the trip to Dallas, Texas to watch Luke Campbell and him fight. And then we were more than certain that the winner was supposed to have been fighting Devin for the belt. And then when Ryan got on, Lion got on the mic, he said he started calling for Tank, a fighter that's not on the network. So once I knew that he heard that, I knew that it was going to be some problems, with making that fight, at least making that fight on the DAZN platform, So like I've said before, you know what I mean? I had the mask on, and, and I told Devin to slap the shit out of him. And that probably would have jarred him enough to get the kahunas to then pursue the fight. So he went on to later on say that who has Devin fought, and, what interest does Devin bring to fighting him, and, all this other rhetoric that, the people know that is not true. So we don't know what to make of Queen Ryan Garcia right now.
I do got to give you a quote that Ryan Garcia said. He said, if I want to call myself a champion, I can. And then he posted his interim belt on Instagram. What's your thoughts on his comments claiming if he wants to call himself a champion of the world, he can?
I could call myself world champion if I want, but I don't. It's just whatever. I'm just Ryan Garcia, King Ryan.
Well, the thing about it is that the interim belt is a belt that if the champion does not want to fight you, or if the champion should leave, you know what I mean, should get hurt, should do anything, then the interim champion could step in. So I don't want to downplay his position, right? But I also want to make the people fully aware that the interim belt is the belt that challenges the world champion for the full world champion. So, in the sense of, if we could not make a true undisputed, then for surely we should, clean up the division, right? And if Ryan Garcia doesn't want to participate or be a part of it, then he should be moved from the rankings.
Why is Ryan talking like he's Canelo Alvarez when he really haven't proven anything in the boxing game? He keeps saying titles don't matter, this and that, but he never won a title, that's the dream of a fighter growing up.
Well, I mean, I think with Ryan, it's a conflict between being a boxing star and a TikTok star. Should he not get, from what I'm hearing, should he not get what he wants, he's going to explore doing more YouTube, TikTok, and all those other kind of things as a profession.
Since Ryan pulled out of the Manny Pacquiao fight, and then obviously he pulled out of negotiations with Devontae.
Lion pulled out of the thing until he and can put some respect on both Devin's name and his name. I won't call him Ryan.
Is he now going to do what he promised Eddie Hearn? Because Eddie, he pretty much checked Ryan Garcia over the weekend. He told him, listen, if you're not going to fight Pacquiao nor Gervonta, then Devin Haney must be next, because you, Devin Haney, mandatory. Usually when a fighter is someone mandatory, they will take the opportunity to become a champion and fight the champion, which is Devin. You think he's gonna step up to the plate, or there's zero chances of that happening?
It's all about being in a position to make these things happen. And the thing about Devin is he's in a position to make it happen. And I don't respect the fact that everyone is saying, who has he fought or what top 10 fighter he's fought. He fought the number one contender in Zaur Abdullayev, who was ranked number 10 in the world at the particular time. I think he's ranked like number 20 or something now, but I believe that he was ranked in the top 10 at that particular time. So when you talk about also Ryan saying that, what a great fight he had, or what a statement fight he made in the Luke Campbell fight, which I do consider it as a good win. But when you talk about now discrediting other opponents, such as a legendary future Hall of Famer and Yuriorkis Gamboa, who's way more accomplished than Luke Campbell, who was never won a world title. You know what I mean? And also Gamboa was a gold medalist as well. So if you do amateur backgrounds, and then you talk about the pros, in which Gamboa, who beat Orlando Salido, who beat Lomachenko. You talk about Gamboa, who beat Jason Sosa, who also beat Javier Fortuna. Then you talk about Yuriorkis Gamboa, who went the longest distance against the two-division world champion, extremely hard puncher, and Gervonta Davis. He went 12 rounds with him. Gave Gervonta Davis 2 black eyes in the process, 10 months prior to Devin fighting him. And also Gamboa had a torn Achilles during the fight. So a healthy Gamboa, we pitched a shutout against him. And, it's just for everyone to discredit Devin, you know what I'm saying? And force us to now match energy with them. It's something that we don't have doing.
It's kind of ironic and hypocritical on Ryan Garcia's behalf for him to tell Devin to fight somebody. On the other hand, like you pretty much pointed out, Ryan Garcia only fought Luke Campbell. And according to Ryan Garcia himself, he said out of his own mouth, Luke Campbell is notoriously known for losing, right? He keeps telling the champion Devin Haney to fight somebody when he's Devin Haney mandatory. That's unheard of.
Absolutely. And then that's what brings all this so much controversy with the whole thing about is who has he fought when he's in the position, when he's ranked higher than him as well. So why would you tell a fighter that's ranked higher than you, who has he fought? Why would you tell a fighter that has a WBC world title, who has he fought? You know what I mean? So like I said, it's a lot of contradictions. We intend on, you know what I mean, speaking on it. We've held that long enough. We've been constant professionals in the sense of only thing we ever did was ask these guys for fights. And these guys have downplayed us, talked about us and everything else. And like I said, it's time to match energy for energy.
If Devin vacates the belt today and move up to 140, wouldn't you agree that Ryan will request to fight for that title, the WBC regular title, the same day if Devin Haney vacates the belt and move up?
Oh, absolutely. And I don't just think that it wouldn't just be Ryan Garcia. Then it would probably be a long line of guys that are on Mauricio to make the fight happen with Ryan Garcia.
So it's not about the title. It's about who's holding the title.
I believe so.
Ciano. And call out Ryan on IG speaking Spanish since Ryan can't speak Spanish. Embarrassed him into a fight. Well, I don't think Devin could do anything to get Ryan into a fight at this moment.
Well, what we can do is we can ask Ryan to show his birth certificate, because I think Devin probably has more Mexican in him than Ryan. You see what I'm saying? Ryan is not representing the Mexican community that I know, that never back down, straightforward, SO, get him. We come out of Tijuana, you know what I'm saying? Fighting. So we know the spirit and the energy. We grew up right here in the Bay Area. And I have friends that are Hispanic that I grew up with, you know what I'm saying, that live right next door to me. And they wasn't no punks. They stood on what they, and represented this shit. So I have a deep respect and a great respect for the Hispanic community, Mexicans in general. And Ryan Garcia, I don't even know what that was. I don't even know what it was. Was he speaking Spanish, English? I don't even fucking know. You know what I'm saying? But we need to see his birth certificate.
said to me he's not really interested in the Haney fight.
Yeah, I don't listen. He
doesn't excite me. Like, let's be honest.
Yeah, but it's a massive fight.
But be honest right now. Has he fought anybody you say, damn, that's a good fight?
But let me tell you something. Devin wants to fight. Devin wants to fight everybody,
That's great.
right?
I want to fight everybody,
Yeah,
but
what
he
I'm saying
didn't.
is-
That's the fact. He
but
never did.
Yeah, and we do need a big fight, right? You haven't really had a big fight. You boxed Luke Campbell. It was a great win, right?
Thank you.
But I just feel that you and Devin is a super fight. It sells out the Staples Center. You make a fortune. But as I've said in every interview, if you get Tank or you get Pacquiao,
There it is.
I can't argue. If you don't, I think you should consider Devin Haney, personally, because I think it's a massive fight for massive money. And if you believe you can win,
Oh, I know.
yeah, but then you should take the fight. If you don't get those other fights. But I respect you
But
for
if I
chasing.
do get it,
Oh, I respect you. And
Okay.
I say 100%
Okay.
that was the right move for you.
There
But
it
if
is.
you don't, I would like you to consider Devin Haney.
okay, I will.
I got Devin Haney. I think Devin Haney. I mean, you see with Nakatani, Lopez had a little bit of trouble with that right hand over the top. I think Devin's even a little bit more craftier, obviously more craftier than Nakatani. I think Devin beats Teofimo. I think Teofimo has a great fight with Tank, but I still feel Tank beats him. I feel Devin beats Tank, and I beat Tank. I beat everybody.
Toughest challenge would be, I think, against Devin Haney.
On all the top lightweights, he makes the less money. You have the most followers, the most everything, but you make the less money. How does that make sense? How are you the money guy? He doesn't have a belt, and he makes the less money. They want to fight you. People want to fight him. With no disrespect, I like Ryan. Me and Ryan, we got a lot of history together, and I like him. But they want to fight you because they feel like you have followers, and you are the weakest link. That's what they feel. I'm not saying that it's true. We don't know who the weakest link is. We got to see. Everybody has to fight each other. But in reality, let's be real. Like, everybody needs to stop sugarcoating it, and let's be real. People want to fight him because they feel like he's the weakest link. Everybody wants to fight him because they feel like he has followers and he's the easiest fight. Let's be real. It's like a hidden secret, but nobody's trying to say it. It's the truth. That is the truth. That is why everybody wants to fight him.
It's just everything fell through because of certain things on Manny's end.
Buddy, just want to make it real clear. My fight with Pacquiao would not be an exhibition. It will be a real fight, shooting for 12 rounds, all on the line. Our record's on the line. Just want to make that very clear for everybody with confusion.